Hello, everyone. Can you hear me well? I'm Richard, and welcome to this unusual morning show of Who Wants to Be a Social Millionaire. I will be your host tonight and guide you through amazing world of social media. Now, I started with this particular song, not to kind of reflect the mood or create the mood, but because the song was used for the trailer of the Social Network film. And as a warm-up question, I would like to ask you to guess or to tell who is singing this version of the song. So please raise your hands if you think it's A, Weezer, B, Sentenced, C, Skala and Kolatsny Brothers, and D, Tears for Fears. Well, that's quite a tough question because, I mean, these guys were really not known. Then the correct answer is C, Skala and Kolatsny Brothers. They created in Belgium a women choir back in the beginning of 2000 and released an album in 2002 with many famous rock songs covers. So it's a very good listen, creates a good mood. Now I'd like to tell a little bit about my company. It's Nordcurrent. We are from Lithuania. We are based in Vilnius, and we were established in 2002. We have around 80 people in our office and one cat working. It's a very, very good advice to have a cat or some other animal in the office. It really helps to relieve stress. And we're also working with many studios in Europe with different projects. And since 2010, we moved to mobile games and created quite a lot of popular mobile games. The biggest series was 101 games. And currently, our biggest focus is Cooking Fever, time management cooking game, which already has, I think, 12 million downloads for iOS. And based on that, we kind of created and established and grow our social community, which now is almost 2 million people. So that's why I wanted to share a bit how we work with that and what are the processes in our social media activities. I will focus on Facebook mostly because Facebook is still the biggest and most active social platform. And the user numbers are still growing. And most important is that the mobile user numbers are growing. Around 90% of Facebook users use it on mobile. And 400 million use only mobile version. So it means that social and mobile are converging more and more. And it's still the most actively used activity on mobile, so social and games. But the recent studies show that other types of applications start to grow more faster. As you see, social activities is still growing very fast, and games is slowing down growth. So it means that we need, as a game developers, we need to use social media, to try to use social media as much as possible, kind of to fight for the players' time, for the activity time on mobile, and kind of get into their eyes more often. I was looking for some phrase, for some quote to kind of sum up social media. And I was very surprised to find this phrase from 50 years ago. I won't do a questions, who is this guy? You probably know it's Andy Warhol. If you've seen Men in Black 3, you know that he's an alien. And I really loved this phrase. This sounds like a social media promise, like a goal which we should strive. And having an active social community should really help in that. In active social community, people tend to come back more to your games. I mean, that's kind of the biggest goal, is when you have your players, and then how to keep them coming back to your game. So social media really can help in here, because to constantly do activities and have people coming back, read about your games, and then find out about your other games which you are doing, and most importantly, share with other people. So that's more or less the idea, how I imagine social media working. And how to go through it, how to establish your presence, I will have several steps. first of all, is decide on the channel where you will put all your information about your games and your company. Second is get users to that channel, drive them to it. First and biggest step is engage them in conversation, to share with them what you want and what you like and see what they like. And the last part is listen to what they are talking among themselves and on other channels, just to get the picture what's going on. So the first step is the channel choice. Basically, it's a choice between having a game channel or company channel. Both of them have their own pluses. In the game channel, it tends to be higher user involvement and higher activity. So I think it's better suited for type of game which has a lot of things going on, a lot of updates, a lot of contests, a lot of gifts. So like constant evolving. And then the company page, the pluses are that it's easier to manage, let's say, compared to several game pages. And it's easier then for people to discover your other games and then to kind of keep involved in your activities as a company, to keep your brand popping in their eyes more often. To get users to the channels, we mostly used our last game, Cooking Fever. We did some simple steps from the game inside to connect users to Facebook and to invite others. I mean, not too much activities, but it was really working. And we had a big Facebook community before from our earlier games, like 600,000 people. But we more than doubled the community since the launch of the game, which was end of August. And more important is that the activity in our community rose quite a lot. Since the launch of the game, we had around 100,000 like engagement cases, likes, shares, and comments, and it was quite a big growth. And another interesting experiment for us, and quite a big surprise, is that we first time integrated Twitter into the game. And before, we didn't much use Twitter, and we had very small community. And it grew very fast. And now it's very important for us, too. So we share kind of parallel news, both for Twitter and for Facebook. Now I want to go into more details a bit about posts in Facebook. Here you can see different types of posts and their real engagement. I mean, how many people liked, shared, or commented each post, compared to the total number of fans at the time. So the challenge is that when your fan base is growing, it's kind of hard to keep up to engage them. But we tried different things, the different types of posts there, and you can see that the more active you become, the more active people are becoming. So for example, older games didn't attract so much attention, but then our main game, Cooking Fever, almost all the posts were quite popular and getting more and more kind of feedback from users. And I want to go to a couple details about several posts. Well, first type of post is quite a simple, game announcements. I wanted to show this example because this game was announced already after we started to promote Cooking Fever. And it still got quite a lot of attention from people who are well, coming to see the news about Cooking Fever. So it means that people are kind of acceptable to other news about other games also, not only about the main game which they want to hear. Another interesting kind of experiment and type of post was reposting from other media. In this case, we sent a trailer to AppSpy and then put their news and their post into our Facebook, and it got quite a lot of attention too. And the good thing is that such posts, the clicks, the likes, they transfer to the website itself. So the people in the website see that this type of post, this type of news is very popular. So that's good for them also. Another thing is sales, which, well, pretty straightforward. People like to see discounts and sales in Facebook. It's one of the, according to surveys, is one of the most interesting case for Facebook users. We had different kind of sales for different occasions. So again, it's a good way to use some public holiday to do sales. So it really spreads and really works quite well. And like the biggest type of posts and experiments which we did, it's various contests. I wanted to highlight this couple of contests because the first one was the update announcement and contest put into one place, and it got really lots of comments and lots of answers and lots of shares. But it was like very simple contest. And then with the last one, we experimented a bit more, and we asked people to kind of tell what they would like to see in our next update in terms of what kind of restaurant they would like to see. So it didn't attract so many comments as like this first contest, but we encouraged people to kind of talk among each other more. I mean, like each other posts and comment on each other posts. So we had quite a lot of traction in between people. And that really helps the post to stand out in the newsfeed, which is, as everybody probably knows, it's very cluttered, the Facebook newsfeed. So you need to experiment and use different kinds of posts and different kinds of opportunities to see what works best for your audience. Another kind of step in social media is social listening or social monitoring. It's a quite time-consuming thing, but it's fun to do. It has some benefits, as you can get information about your games and opinions about your games, which I think are a bit more honest and fun than in typical app stores. As you can see, people are expressing quite freely in Twitter, and you can get the image in which countries the game is popular if you're following in many languages. For example, for us was the case that it got very popular in Philippines and Indonesia, and you see a lot of posts like in that language. Even you don't understand all of them, but still you can see the traction. Another interesting thing is that people tend to mention other games which they are playing together with your game. So again, that gives some image and some ideas maybe for the future plans. And from this social monitoring, we found several very interesting cases which I want to share. First was very unexpected post by Saudi Arabian YouTuber, and our game just jumped at once into top 10 in Saudi Arabia without any other efforts, and it kind of got viral in Saudi Arabia. Another interesting post was about our earlier game, First Happy Chef, and the popular girl from Russia. She just picked it randomly and then reviewed with almost 1 million views. So again, the game jumped back to the charts, to like top 60, top 70. Then there was a very early post when we just launched Cooking Fever by some American rock band with lots of fans. And another interesting post was on Instagram by a Russian model who has 1 million followers, and the post about our game got like 100,000 likes. So these cases are very interesting, and then again they can help you kind of figure out which markets are very interested in your game. I mean, it's kind of like additional source of information. Another interesting thing from social monitoring is fan channels, as we don't have like separate game channels, so fans took a chance and created for themselves, and we really supported that. I mean, we were sending them some news, some screenshots, and they are doing basically our jobs for us. It's not a very big community, as you see, not big numbers, but I mean, this is real people working for themselves, and just like this, the highest engaged people from your game. So it's a good thing to kind of check if you have some fan channels and help them out. And some tools for social monitoring to kind of help figure it out. I'm mostly using Hootsuite because the free version is quite okay. It's quite enough for like simple checking for YouTube and for Twitter. You can add Facebook, Instagram, and other channels. Another interesting tool is a tag board. It's an online website for searching tags. And this works well for Instagram posts because people in Instagram usually tend to use a lot of tags. And another interesting tool is Mention. It's called Mention. It's a Chrome add-on, and it works quite well. It has a lot of opportunities, a lot of functions. You can choose not only social media channels to follow, but blogs and websites. And another good feature is that it highlights like power users. It highlights at once the users who have lots of followers, and then you can kind of follow up on that post. But the free version is a bit limited, so it's good to check and see if you can work with the paid version. So yeah, that's kind of the last step from the basic steps in social media. What we do. And like the end question is how to become a social millionaire and look like this. Well, in my experience, and I would say that as everything, it starts with the game and using the game to attract your people, to transfer them to your preferred social channels, and then in these social channels try to engage them and try to see what they like most about your game. And most importantly, what they like to share with others about your game, and then spread this word about your work. So I hope some insights helped a bit, and I wish you good luck with social media, and that everybody should love your work. So thanks very much.
Thanks, Richard. Anyone has any question in the audience? You're closer.
I'm closer. Yeah, I have a question. How did you deal with boosting and paying for a bigger reach when that became more important? Did you, is all your research based on like organic reach of your Facebook posts, or? Okay.
Okay, we had very small experiments just to see how it works, how this boosting works so far, but just for several thousand people. We are planning to do that in the future, but till now we didn't need to do any additional any ads or any additional boosting activities in the Facebook.
Okay, that gives me hope.
My question was, sorry, you need a mic. Is this thing on? Yeah, it's for the video. Yes, my question is, you have multiple titles, so do you have a dedicated channel for every game, or do you have a company channel where you put everything in it?
We are working with a company channel. And like, of course, people are attracted mostly to the news about our main game, Cooking Fever. But other posts about other games are working quite well too. So in our case, it was good to choose the company channel.
Okay.
Any more questions? Okay, I have two myself.
Okay.
We have applied the same strategy. We have a game with now over 600,000 fans on Facebook. First question is, did you put some incentive in the mobile game to drive fans to your company page, or they all came organically?
In the game, there is an incentive. I mean, they get like a hard currency, yeah, for that.
Okay.
So just a few simple steps. I mean, one step is to connect yourself, and another step for more currency is to invite several people. So, well, it's not too cluttered. I mean, it's not like in the early days of social games that you were posting every day and friends were cluttering your messages with the posts. So it's like a one-time activity.
Great. My second question is, we found, and maybe we seem to have seen other developers finding the same, that once you've reached over 500,000 fans on Facebook, your reach is suddenly divided by 10. So a lot of your fans are not seeing your post anymore unless you actually pay to boost the post. So did you experience the same, or and how did you solve this if you did?
More or less, yes. More or less, yes. I mean, the reach after Facebook did some different algorithm. They changed algorithm how it works. The reach went down, but so far we didn't do any like special ads for that. We will try to do it in the future to see if it really helps. But for now, we're just trying to put different kinds of posts and see what kinds of posts reach more people. So our biggest was like 15% or something.
Yeah.
So just advice is just to experiment with different posts.
Any more questions? Yeah.
Thanks for your insights so far. My question would be, did you breach so far into other media types like the big scene of chefs worldwide and cooking shows, TV and so on, which then might kind of adopt your game or kind of be ambassadors for it and so on? So kind of getting somebody else from another kind of industry to kind of mix your content in their kind of channels, or vice versa?
We are thinking about that. We didn't have yet such activities, but as you see from this earlier presentations today, that this kind of celebrity gaming is becoming a thing. So I think we might use it in the future. That would be a really good source of social activity for that.
Yes, and a lot of audience which you can add. Sure.
More questions? All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks
you
very
everyone for
much.
the question.
Have a good day.